to another Christmas video. We have our little hat on, but we also have headphones because I'm listening to some Christmas music. Today is day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. How is it already day 2? How is Christmas in 11 days? How is 2024 around the corner is what I want to know. Anyway, so today we are doing day 2, which that means 2 turtle doves. So of course we are doing the 12 days of Christmas. Yesterday was a partridge in a pear tree. Today is 2 turtle doves. Now honestly, I was so impressed with yesterday's look. I blew myself away. So I'm a little nervous on how today's is going to go because every day I want it to be better and fun and I love it. So yeah, I kind of have an idea on what I want to do. I have a shirt, by the way. I have an idea of what I want to do. I'm thinking like a wreath, and then we'll do like sky behind it. But I'm thinking a wreath with the 2 turtle doves in the wreath. I think that'll be cute. Today we're going to be talking about 2 turtle doves. So what does 2 turtle doves symbolize in the 12 days of Christmas? Well, it is said that the 2 turtle doves represent the Old and the New Testaments in the Bible. They're also seen as symbols of truth and peace, which is another representation of Christ and Christmas together. This is also one of the reasons that turtle doves are very popular at weddings, as in poetry, they are connected with fidelity and trust. And in many cultures, seeing a pair of doves may represent a message of peace, love, harmony, or a sign of new beginnings, new relationships, or a positive life change. Did you know that a turtle dove is very dainty birds? They are much smaller and darker than a regular pigeon that we see on a regular basis, but they're slightly larger than a blackbird. So while they are also dainty, they're very noticeably different. So the common dove that we see, they're quite white, where this one is more gray. It's got some brown on its head, its belly, and it has some black under the wings, a little bit of black tail, and it has some white features to it, but quite noticeably different between a very common dove to a turtle dove. It is also said that these doves are migratory creatures, and they will migrate to Africa for the winter, and then they'll come back for the summer. They're Britain's only migrating pigeon or dove. They're also known to be monogamous creatures, so once they find their spouse, they mate for life, and then the male and the female will work together to build their nest, lay an egg, and take turns to incubate that egg to start their little bird family. And I think that is absolutely adorable. Now, there are so many different species of the turtle dove. The European, and there's the agawam. I'm pronouncing that terribly, but there's multiple different types of the turtle doves, and if you are interested in that, I am more than happy to talk about it. There will be some links in the description of where I found this information if you're wanting to learn more about them, but I found that this was very interesting. But this is just a little bit of why the turtle doves are a part of the Christmas song, because I will be honest, I didn't know why there was 2 turtle doves or why that this song is so bird heavy, but it just seems that quite a bit of the references for the bird is just, for like all of the birds, are just hope and peace and just love, representing different Bible characters, and I think it's all beautiful. So I'm looking forward to sharing more information and learning more. But here is the look of 2 turtle doves. Alrighty, so I took the white Snazaroo face paint and I drew everything out that I wanted, so that way when I'm filling it in, I could already see the look, and I find that it's so much easier to prep out your look and just do the rough sketch of like the white, because it's easy to removed. There's not like color blending everywhere. And I was able to draw the birds on top of the leaves and get that perspective that I needed to see everything. And then I go in and fill all of the colors. You can see a little sneak peek here because I forgot to film the clips till the end. So sneak peek. And so now I'm taking the red Snazaroo face paint. I love Snazaroo face paints. At first when I found them, I was like, you know what, this is probably gonna be like kids makeup, but after using them for a couple years now, I love them, and they are not like, I use them for professional reasons when I'm face painting for clients. They are that good. So here what I'm doing is outlining the bow, just doing a normal outline, and then I'm going to be filling it in, but I wanted to have that mindset. I just wanted to see what it would look like before I fill it in so I could remember the little details that I want to put in. And then now I'm taking the Rudolph X ColourPop eyeshadow palette. Love this. So sad that I'm almost out of it. I really want them to like just have it as an all year round product so I can buy it whenever I need it. So hopefully they listen to me. So I'm taking the shade Full Power, which is a beautiful deep red. And again, I am outlining the entire bow and just shading anywhere like where light would hit and create shadows is where I'm doing that. So the outline, the little ruffles where like the bow overlaps, and of course the little tail part, the middle part, and then I'm adding a little bit of highlights with the white aqua liner. I did add a few of the shimmer shades. Like you can see here, I put all the description of like the writing and everything of all the shades, but just adding a little bit of highlights just really makes it pop. So I love how this bow turned out, and honestly, I never have done a bow this detailed or this big before, and I'm just very impressed with it. So then we are taking the Mehron Metallic Pan Palette, or Paint Palette. I love Mehron paints. Like I'm obsessed. Mehron, please send me stuff. So then what I'm doing is I'm outlining all of the leaves. I'm not going to fill them in just yet, but I'm just outlining them so then I know where the birds are going to be sitting. I can see the visible difference between the bird and the leaf, and it also just makes me feel like I got more accomplished because this is quite easy to quickly do, and you see more of the look being done. Because I'm going to be honest, I started this look at, I want to say 10 a.m. and I finished at around 1:30 a.m. It was a long look, but I love how it turned out. Alrighty, so for the birds, what I did is I initially filled it out completely white just to have that base before we did anything, and then I lightly took a little bit of gray and just shaded that on wherever I would need a little bit more of that shaded details. Then I took the Mickey and Friends eyeshadow palette from Morphe and used the shades Thumbs Up, So Fearless, and Big Dreamer. So then what I did is I looked at the reference photo and just followed along of where the actual colors of the bird are. So I started at the head where it was more brown at the top and worked its way into a darker mid body and lighter wings and lighter tail with a hint of black in the tail. So I just slowly started working my way through the bird, and you can see here now I'm just like shading everything. I did have to restart a few times because birds are not my strong suit, and even though I've had to draw so many of these now Still not my strong suit, and in fact probably worse at it now. But so I'm just going over and over of all the shading of all the colors to make sure everything blended and how I like it. And then I used a brown aqua liner and mixed it with a little bit of weight to bring up the lightness of it, to draw little teardrop shapes overlapping each other to create the simulation of feathers. Alright, so for some reason I lost the footage and completely don't know where it is. So what I did is I used the red the red face paint and filled in the bird's eyes, and then just took a little bit of the weight to do the dot. Of course, you know how eyes look. For the leaves, so what I did is I used the Mehron 30 color paint palette with the dark green and the light green, and just did one off, just made it look like there was multiple greens in the wreath, because if I just had one green, I feel like it would all have just blended together and you wouldn't be able to see it. So I love the difference of the greens. And then I used the Rudolph the Rudolph eyeshadow palette, and took Christmassy Time, which is that deep green, and used that to shade both shades of the green to create that depth. And then for the cherries, again, used that red Snazaroo face paint and a little bit of white aqua liner to add some highlights. So what I'm doing now is adding the sky. So yeah, we're doing a wreath with two birds in the sky. I don't know. I liked it. So I'm using blue Snazaroo face paint and just painting all over the rest of my body except for the face. So I'm doing my neck, my shoulders. In the middle of the wreath, you can see it's completely painted in. I love it. Just gives that birds like a pop, and I'm obsessed with it. And then we're going to be moving on to the face. Okay, so for the face, I took the Maybelline Super Stay Multi-Use Foundation Stick and just put that all over my face. I was almost out of it, so I was literally just scratching my face with the tube. I definitely tossed it after. And then I used the IT Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. This stuff is fantastic. If you guys have like dark circles or anything you want to hide, use the IT Under Eye Bye Bye concealer. I don't know, but it's fantastic. And then we're using the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in shade Full of Life. This is one of my go-to absolute favorites next to Cash Beauty. And then we're using Pacifica, the Fluffy Blushy in shade Bloom, Wet n Wild Peanuts Powder, Marc Jacobs bronzer in Tantastic, the ColourPop Powerpuff Girls Blush Fighting Crime, AOA Studio Perfect Highlight in Eris. Just that glow. It's so good. I love that glow. And it's so cheap too. I forget where I got it from though, but anyway, so we're going back in with the Rudolph ColourPop Pie Shadow Palette. These are the shades we're going to be using. And we're starting with the eyes. So I got this look off Pinterest, and I just wanted to do it so bad. I love it. So what I'm doing is I took Eat Eat and used it as a transition shade. Then I took the shade, what did I take? Snowbank, and just created that like winged shape. It's going by so fast. And filled it in with some sparkle, used Christmassy Time underneath the lash line to blend it together. And now what I'm doing is going back in with that metallic green that we used from the Mayron metallic palette and basically creating a wreath outline, if that makes sense, kind of like garland. So I went straight out like I would for any eyeliner, just straight out at the top or at the eyeliner spot at the outer corner, and then in the inner corner just a little swoop down and just doing designs on the eye. Again, this is from Pinterest, and I will have it linked if I possibly can in the description. If not, I will be posting the picture on Instagram. So then I added some details using the Reds Nazareth face paint and went in with the Lime Crime Astronomical Mascara, the Dual and Stamp Liner eyeliner in shade Smiley. Then I went in with this beautiful lipstick in shade Bordeaux from Half Caked. I just think that this red lip brought it all together. And the lashes that I'm using, I have no idea where they're from, and that's why I didn't show you. But this is how the final look came out, and I gotta say, I loved it. I absolutely love it, and I'm so proud of myself. It was worth every single hour and minute, and I'm just so obsessed, and I'm so excited to be bringing back body paints. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys are doing tonight. I am editing. It's currently 10:30 for me right now, but I just moved into my place, so I'm finally sitting down and editing, and I'd love if you would subscribe and hit that bell to never miss a note of my videos. All my socials will be linked down below. I would love to have you on there as well. I'm so excited for tomorrow, which is the 3 French hens. So bird heavy. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.